So most of you will benefit in terms of gains and fat loss from doing a 3-day-a-week full body workout routine rather than a traditional body part split or bro split as it's called. So I'm going to try and go into it a little bit as to why. Okay, so number one is how frequently you train each muscle group. So if you think about it, a well put together body part split, which is like pushing muscles on Monday, putting muscles on Tuesday, legs on Wednesday, for example, repeat. So push, pull, legs, repeat. So you're basically in the gym 6 days a week. So the first thing to notice is you're training each muscle group twice a week instead of 3 times a week. So you're even with a well put together split, which hits every muscle twice a week, the most you're getting in terms of training frequency is 2 times a week. And it also requires you to be in the gym 6 days a week. So you've got to be honest, how realistic is that for most people? Unless you're fanatical, it's not that realistic. Whereas here, with a full body routine, we're training everything 3 times a week, and we're only required to go 3 times. So, that's the first point. Secondly, a lot of the volume, a lot of the exercises put into this body part split, they're less valuable. So you might have like a couple of very valuable exercises at the beginning of the workout. So say we're training legs, we'll start with a squat, then we might go into, for example, a Romanian deadlift. But the rest of the workout is going to consist of like leg extensions, leg curls, machines, things which don't really bring your legs up as much. And in fact, they may like kind of just hamper your recovery, because by the time you walk out of the gym, you're unable to walk practically. Yeah, you all know the feeling. All right, so that's the thing. And the same goes for the chest. So you might have like a bench press to start with, and then the rest of it is going to be like, you might go bench, incline bench, flies, and then the rest is downhill from there. It's going to be like cable flies, tricep press downs. So what I'm saying is, if you're doing full body, you can't hammer each body part. You can only dedicate the most valuable exercises to that body part. So for example, if we're training full body, we might have 2 exercises per workout, or else we'd be in the gym for about 3 hours. But the exercises you typically choose tend to hit the sweet spot because they're very effective. They're typically compound lifts like bench press or deadlift or squat, and you're only doing a couple of them, so you're not hammering each body part, so there's adequate recovery. And also the thing you've got to remember, guys, is over like a year, if you look at the amount of workouts you miss, these add up very easily. Whereas like if you miss a full body workout 3 days a week, it's no big deal because you've already hit it like once or twice that week. So the other final thing here is, because you're training the full body, you're sending a very loud muscle building signal to the whole central nervous system. So you're more likely to, because remember the body is a big system, you're more likely to build faster, and that has been my experience. The other thing, when these body part splits became popularized, coincides with the rise of anabolic steroids. Before steroids, everybody trained full body 3 times a week. No one went till failure. So if you're on steroids, it's a different game, because you can go to the gym 6 times a week. You can add tons of extra exercises to each body part, and actually it can be beneficial because you have this loud artificial hormonal signal that just tells the body to build and build and build and build. And that hormonal signal lasts for about a week, maybe more, right? So say I train chest on Monday, that hormonal signal from the steroids is gonna carry on till next Monday easily. Whereas the average guy who is just not enhanced by steroids going to the gym has a muscle building anabolic signal after the workout that lasts 48 to 72 hours, and then it rapidly diminishes. So for that type of person or client, it makes more sense for them to be training more frequently than once or twice a week, ideally 3 times a week per muscle group. Okay, so for you guys who are not on steroids, full body workouts are easier to recover from, and they're easier to build muscle from, and they're more realistic on the schedule as well. Right, follow for more value, like and subscribe. See you soon.